My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. Every week, we break down full fight cards, giving you our picks, our bets, and our fantasy plays. So make sure you like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any of our content. And this breakdown is brought to you by BETU Play to Earn. BETU Play to Earn is the world's first play-to-earn sports and esports betting game. Check it out at betuearn.com. That's bet, the letter U, earn.com. Next up, at UFC 271, we've got Ronnie Lawrence versus Mana Martinez. Ronnie Lawrence is 7-1 overall, 4-1 in his last five, coming off of a great ground and pound performance. Mana Martinez is 9-2 overall, 4-1 in his last five, and he's coming off a split decision. Ronnie Lawrence is a good wrestler. He shoots and reshoots really, really well. He is athletic with solid footwork. He uses leg kicks well. And just look at his takedown numbers when I put those up. I'll just put them up now because they're absurd. Look at those takedown numbers. It is insane what he makes happen with his wrestling. He had 8 takedowns. 8 takedowns against Vince Cachero. And that fight was a stoppage. It didn't even go to the judge's scorecard. Before that, he had 12 takedowns against Jose Johnson. We don't know how good he is at holding people down because those numbers, that's a lot of takedowns, which means people are popping back up. But Ronnie Lawrence has absolutely no problem sticking to a wrestle-heavy game plan whatsoever. Mana Martinez is an aggressive striker. He's got solid power. He's always looking for a finish. He switches his stance often, and that can be complicated for his opponent, especially if you're trying to take a shot. All of a sudden, the lead leg is swapping up. You shooting a double, you shooting a single. What are you going to do there? He also has solid counter striking, very real power. Look what he also did to poor Jose Johnson. Lost to both of these men just last year. Jose threw a lazy jab out there, and Mana just went right over the top. Big right hand, dropped him, straight up slept him with one punch. I mentioned the ridiculous number of takedowns Ronnie has, but again, keep in mind that means his opponents are getting up to have 12 takedowns. That means he stood up 11 times. Or, okay, you start on your feet in round 1. You start on your feet round 2 and 3. So take 2 off the top. 9 times this dude stood up. 9 times Ronnie let this guy stand up. That could be a concern because that means there's a lot of opportunities for Mana Martinez to land that big shot. A lot of opportunities because people keep scrambling up and getting up. The reality, though, I see Ronnie Lawrence doing what he does, which is shoot 1 million takedowns, get half of them, hold Mana down for as long as he can, let him pop up, take him down again. I like Ronnie Lawrence to win this fight. I have already parlayed Ronnie Lawrence. I have a Ronnie Lawrence and a Casey, whatever the hell her name is.
O'Neal.
Why am I forgetting her name?
Future Lines. Well, it's going to be Lines, but it's O'Neal right now.
Yeah, O'Neal. Casey O'Neal and Ronnie Lawrence, I have already parlayed that, and I did 2 full units. I put them together. The Casey O'Neal line is moving even crazier. But anyway, I smashed those together. I got like minus 110, I believe. I threw 2 units on that. Here's another fight before I go to you. Another one of my rants. Oh, fade the Contender Series guy. Well, Ronnie Lawrence's last fight, he was coming off the Contender Series. Freaking dominated. Got a stoppage. Scored 10 million points in DraftKings, but fade the Contender Series, guys. Makes no sense. Very close-minded approach to picking fights. Jakey boy, what do you think?
Yeah, 100% agree. Ronnie Lawrence. You mentioned the takedowns. There was every time he pretty much got to his feet every single takedown, but damn it, Ronnie Lawrence immediately just threw his ass down to the ground again. It was crazy to see how quickly, he got to his feet, but it was immediately a inside trip, something to get him back immediately to the ground. And once it gets you to the ground, if you don't scramble up, he is very quick to improve his position. He's not one of those guys that just kind of sits there. He's trying to go from guard to half guard to full mount. He's working, constantly on the ground. But I will say, Ronnie Lawrence is to play. He should dominate this fight. But I'm going to place a bet. I already looked. It's not available yet. There is an inside the distance, but I want an inside the distance decision, no action for Martinez because he could get rode out and lose a decision. But my God, did this dude have cinder blocks for hands? This guy, you say he's got, decent power. This guy has the real deal power. He's a 135er. I think I mentioned in the last breakdown that we did that hits like a middleweight. When he hits you, you go lights out. And if Ronnie Lawrence just mistimes a shot and something weird happens in exchange and this guy hits you, you're going to go to the ground and you're going to get knocked out and you probably won't wake up for 3 or 4 weeks. So I'm going to take an inside the distance decisional action for Martinez because he does have real power. And Ronnie will kind of work for, he is easy with the takedowns and he is quick with them, but he'll dance around. He's got some good side-to-side movement a little bit, but, Ronnie, you better be careful in this matchup. Get it to the ground, do what you do. That's my bet, but Ronnie Lawrence is definitely my pick in this matchup.
Yeah, and anybody who doesn't know what that bet is, it's a safety net bet. So if Mana Martinez knocks out Ronnie Lawrence, Jacob will get paid because Mana won by stoppage. If Ronnie Lawrence gets 12 takedowns and just dominates Mana Martinez, bell to bell, but it goes to a decision, Jacob gets a refund. Gets his money back, gets a refund. Bet didn't happen, no issues. And those bets are a lot of fun in fights like this. I do think Ronnie could TKO him on the top, but if you think Mana is absolutely tough enough to survive, anybody with that kind of KO power that can survive a fight, those bets are literally perfect because they're very low risk. And if, let's say, a knockout prop odds on Mana Martinez are plus 500, the safety net one will be like plus 300. So you still get decent odds, and there's a safety net
plus
there.
500. Did I say that, or did you guess that?
I just guessed that. Good for me.
It is inside the distance. It's plus 500 right now for Martinez.
Yeah, see, good for me. And if you get that, go to wewantpicks.com/bets. Bet Online is the only partner that offers those safety props. Sign up, make a deposit, let me know. I'll send you $50, but I may experiment with that as well. DraftKings, I'm going to have Ronnie Lawrence. I think it's foolish if you don't. I mean, the guy, 5 points per takedown in DraftKings. 5 points per takedown. I mean, he's going to get a bunch of takedowns. You agree?
Yeah, I think he is, but I think at multi-entries, I think at $6,900, it's worth a flyer for at least one lineup. Definitely put Martinez in there. So I'll probably play a lineup with Martinez in there and try to chase that knockout. I don't think he's that live for like the Monkey Knife fight, like Knockout Kings, because he could just get taken down like basically immediately and held there. But for a little flyer bet, I could see it, guys.
Okay. Well, Ronnie Lawrence is the pick to be as clear as possible. And Monkey Knife fight, I don't know. I have no idea what to do with this Monkey Knife fight strike line because Ronnie Lawrence will get 1 million takedowns. And I understand he's busy with the strikes because he's on top, but like Mana's trying to stand up. You're trying to drag him back down. Like I don't know what to do with this strike line. This is a hard one. And I'll probably avoid it. What do you think?
Yeah. I'll avoid it too. Let's just agree 100% on everything tonight. Let's agree on everything.
Okay, great. Well, then you might as well just hop off and I'll finish the show out. So anyway, wewantpicks.com/MKF. If you, honestly, Ronnie Lawrence might be a solid Knockout Kings play because you can get on top and elbow his way to a TKO.